but he shall have power over the treasures of gold and silver, and over all the precious things of America. And they that follow at his steps shall serve him. But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore shall he go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many. And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mount. Yet shall the abomination, even the image of jealousy, come to his end, and none shall help him. Isaiah's vision of America, and that great city, the vision of Isaiah, who was numbered among the surviving remnant of the captivity of his people. He wrote concerneth that great city in the land of America, during the very latter days of the final turning of the age thereof, 1 year afore tribulation. And he took up his parable, saying, Behold, El-Yahusha shall go forth from his high holy habitation, for to tread upon the highly exalted places of the league. The players of the league shall wail, and all onlookers shall exceedingly tremble. The word which Isaiah saw concerning the siege. America is taken. Her graven vanities are confounded. Lady Liberty is broken in pieces. Her inglorious pride and excellency is brought low, shattered and made naught, saith Yahusha. For out of the north there cometh up the Russian army, and a mighty people against her, which shall make her land an utter desolation. None shall dwell therein. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith Adoni Yahusha. For in these days, at the appointed time, saith El-Yahusha, my people, whom ye plundered and scattered into captivity and slavery, they shall depart. Not one, who I, the sovereign Yah, reserve, will be left to suffer the calamity which is about to take place. For I will grant them the Ruach Chen Veth Tachanunim, and they shall look upon me, whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for me, as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for all they have done against me, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. But first they shall ask the way to Zion. They with their desire yearned towards it. My people shall say, Come, and let us join ourselves unto Yahuwah in an everlasting covenant that shall not be forsaken. My people are as lost sheep. Their pastors have made them to go in error. They have forsaken them in and out of their places of worship. They have gone from assembly to assembly, and have forgotten their resting place of refuge. All that sought for their lives hath devoured them, and their adversaries said, Blessed be the sovereign Elohim of all creation. We offend not, because they hath forsaken the eternal covenant which their Eluah made with their forefathers, the dwelling of justice, even El-Yahusha, the heritage of his people. Therefore remove out of the midst of America the land of the Kasdiim's excellency. Yea, go forth out of her borders, be not as the weeds among the tares, as in the day of the great separation. For lo, I will raise up against her reapers, who shall set themselves against her in the day of my visitation. As in the day of mine wrath, when she shall be taken by the weapons of my warfare, which I, the sovereign Yah, do wage against her. And the land shall become a stolen possession, for just as he hath done, all that do plunder her shall be satiated, saith El-Yahusha. I, the sovereign Elohim, do bring this to pass, namely, because ye did rejoice. Ye hath said, Aha, our land, this is ours, and not Adonai's, for his people are a possession also unto us. O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are corrupted, by way of your haughtiness against the children of Yashareel, whom ye enslaved. Thou art spoiled. Your mother, Great Britain, who conceived you, shalt be sore confounded at the plague which I do bring upon thee. Yea, she that bare you shall be ashamed of you, for thou art become the least of nations, as a wilderness, wherein is no water, but of rivers of blood. For I do bring it to pass in mine zeal, and in the wrath of my fierce anger. And it shall come to pass, no one will inhabit thee from everlasting to everlasting, but America shall be wholly overtook and forsaken. The whole world shall also lament for you, and bemoan their fate, because of all her plagues, and because there is none else to protect them in the day of their visitation. Yea, set yourselves in array against her round about. Will ye that bend the bow, shoot at her from every angle. Do not spare no munition, for America hath sinned against me. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls and the borders thereof are cast down. For it is the vengeance of Yahusha, thus take vengeance upon her. Yea, as she hath done, do unto her. cut off the investor from her, and him that reaps at the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, every migrant and all foreigners shall turn to his own kindred and nation of origin. Yea, they shall flee every one to his own land. My people are scattered sheep. Yea, ye meek of the earth, which have worked my promises through prayer in faith, and hath sought righteousness, seek ye also judgment and justice. For thus saith El-Yahusha Tsevaoth, the Almighty One, Behold, I will visit upon the dukes of Esau Edom, that rule this land, and upon their dominion lay hand, even as I have visited upon the king of Babel in the captivity of old. And I will rescue Yashareel and Yehudah again to his habitation, and he shall feed upon Carmel and Bashan. They shall dispossess Gaza and the people of Palestine, to reclaim the inheritance of their allotment, the land I promised to they and their forefathers, and their soul shall be satisfied upon the mountains of Ephraim and Gilad. Yea, they shall rejoice upon the fatness of the soil, east of the sea, coast of Galilee. In those days, and in that time, saith Yahusha, the iniquity of Yashareel shall be pardoned, even the sins of Yehudah with great clemency shall be forgotten, for their iniquities shall not be found. I hath pardoned them who I do justify. Go up against the district of Columbia, the capital seat of her rule, yea, even against it, and against all the great cities of her excellency. Waste and utterly destroy them, saith Yahusha, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of pain and mourning is heard throughout the land, and of great calamity after calamity. Yea, this is how the hammer of the whole earth is to be cut asunder and broken in pieces. Behold, how she is become a desolation among the nations. I have laid a snare for her. Yea, thou art also taken by it, and thou foreknew not, thou who art high-minded, and found wanting. Because thou hast contended against me, I have forsaken thee. I hath opened my treasury in the heavens against you, and hath brought forth the weapons of mine wrath. And you will know this is the work of the sovereign Elohim Tsevaoth in the day I visit you. Come against her from the uttermost ends of the earth. Open her storehouses, cast her up, and the treasury of her riches among yourselves for the taking. Yea, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of hers remain. Slay all her beloved animals, and the beasts of her fields, let them live not. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them! For their day too is come, even the time of their visitation. The voice of them that fled and escaped is heard from Mount Zion. They all do sing, the vengeance of Yahusha, our mighty one, is come, even the vengeance of his dwelling and footstool. Call together the expert men of war against her. All ye that bend the bow, lay siege works against her, encompassed round about. Yea, let none escape. Repay America according to her work, in accordance with all that she hath done to others, do unto her double. For she hath been proud against me, against the Holy One of Yashareel. Therefore shall her young soldiers fall dead in the streets, and all her mighty men of their confederacy shall be cut off in the day of slaughter, saith Yahusha. Yea, behold, I am against thee, America, O thou most proud, saith the sovereign Yahusha Tsevaoth, for thy days of glory are over, and the times that I will visit thee have begun. And thou, O most proud, shalt stumble and fall, with none to resurrect thee. And I will kindle a fire in your cities, which shall devour all round about you. Thus saith Yahusha Tsevaoth, the oppressed of my people, who were held fast by thee in captivity, were violently oppressed with none to save. Yet their Redeemer is strong. El-Yahusha Tsevaoth is my name. Even I, shalt for sure thoroughly plead their cause, that I may give rest to the weary, and bring disquietment unto the inhabitants thereof. A sword toucheth the whole land, and upon the inhabitants thereof, and upon her government, and upon her policy-makers. Yea, even a sword is upon the talebearers, and the false prophets shall be amazed at what I shall do in your day of visitation. For a sword is upon her strength, and all her allies shall be fled far away from her, even as the east is from the west. A sword is upon their munition, and upon her vehicles, and upon all her mixed multitudes in a pot of seething waters. Her mingled people in the midst thereof shall become as women. For a sword is upon the department of her treasury, and they shall be robbed. A severe drought is upon her waters, and they are dried up. For it is a land of graven idols, and they are mad upon the images thereof. Therefore the beasts of the desert shall dwell there, and the owls shall abide therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As I, Yah-el-Elyon, overthrew Sidom and Amorah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Adoni, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. For America shall no more be remembered, as a forgotten tale, so shall she be. Behold, a sanctified people shall come from the north, and an array great nations in league with them. Yea, many rulers shall be stirred up from all the ends of the earth. They shall blast thee out of remembrance. They are cruel, and show no compassion. And they shall ride upon the weapons of my indignation against thee, every one set in order, and stumbling not, neither staggering with the bitter cup which you have drunken of mine fierce anger, saith Yahusha. Thus the presidents of successive administrations hath heard the report of them. Your leader, whom you have chose, his hands wax feeble as anguish taken hold of a woman in travail. For behold, your chosen one shall soon be struck with an arrow by my doing, and I shall, as you hath forsook me, laugh in the day of thy visitation, saith Yahusha. Therefore hear ye the counsel of El-Yahusha, that which I afore the foundations of the earth hath taken against this people, and my purposes shall be executed swiftly. Surely the least shall be first, and surely the first last and desolate amongst nations, for at the noise of America's fall the whole earth is moved, and the cries thereof art heard amongst all nations. America and that great city's destruction foreseen, for thus saith El-Yahusha, Behold, I hath raised up against America, and against them that dwell in the midst thereof, that rise up against me, a destroying breath of the north wind, and I will send unto her scatterers, that shall winnow her as chaff, and shall make empty her fields. For in the day of distress they shall compass her round about, that shall scatter her into corners. Against him that bendeth, let the mighty expert man of war bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself in coat of iron. Spare ye not America's young men, devote ye all her peoples unto utter ruin. Thus the pierced shall fall in the inglorious land, and they that are thrust through in her broadways. For Yashar'el hath not been cast off, nor Yehudah forsaken of his mighty one, even of El-Yahuwah of the heavenly hosts, though their land was filled with trespass against the set-apart one of Yashar'el. Flee out of the midst of the land, and deliver every man his living breath. Be not cut off in her crookedness, for this is the season of the vengeance of El-Yahuwah. He shall repay unto her a full recompense. The land hath been as a golden chalice in the hand of El-Yahuwah, causing all the earth to drink unto staggering. The nations have drunk of her wine. Therefore the nations are as men deranged. She is fallen suddenly, and shattered as a worthless image. Therefore wail for her, take resin for her wound, if so be she might be revived. We would have sent revival in the land thereof, yet she is not healed. Thus forsake her, and let each man return unto his own soil, for her judgment reacheth unto the highest heights above, and is lifted even beyond the utmost firmaments. El-Yahusha hath brought forth our vindication. Come, and let us declare in Sion the work of El-Yahuwah our mighty one. Make bright the shafts of war. Gather the shields of brass. El-Yahusha hath stirred also the ruach of the Chinese grasshoppers, for his purpose is against America the proud, to lay it waste, for her arm is cut off in the vengeance of El-Yahusha, even the vengeance of his high holy habitation. Lift ye up an ensign upon her walls. Strengthen the watch, appoint the watchers, prepare the hidden snares. For El-Yahusha hath both purposed and performed that which he spake against the dwellers therein. O thou that sittest upon multitudes of waters, abundant in treasure, thine end is come, and the full measure of thy unjust gain. El-Yahusha Tsevaoth hath sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men as with swarming locusts, and they shall cry aloud against thee. He hath formed the earth by his might, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched forth the heavens by his understanding. When he uttereth his voice, there is a tumult of waters in the heights. He causeth the vapors to rise from the ends of the earth. He maketh the lightning with the rain, and bringeth forth the wind from his hidden store. Every man is brutish in his knowing. Every maker is shamed by his carved image, for his molten form is falsehood, and there is no breath within it. They are emptiness, the work of